Green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
15 line. 15 line. Check. There. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Yeah. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant. Check.
They'll try the left side. Benjamin. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. One better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Get the ball. Check 52. Switch. Switch it. Shift.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, Swift, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give, right side. Swift. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's caught by Smith. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Squeeze.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
16-yard line.
Go. 30 base. Look at me. Go now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Clifford. Flush to his right. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. James White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Blue down.
Off play action. Lawrence. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Bills nothing.
extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down.
He's telling right here. He's telling the right. Hey, Irvin. 4 down. Even.
Operating from the gun. Clifford. He's going to loft one. Deep left. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Clifford. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
He's checking. Go.
1st down, here's White. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 19-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Coming this way. Here we go. Showing up.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Schwartz. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Yes. Hey, Foxtrot.
Following the fumble recovery, Clifford, it's caught, Smith, and some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Go.
Springs in at the 12-yard line.
On first down, Swift. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Back at the 16-yard line.
Hey, Delta. 4 down. Check.
Looking to throw on second down. Clifford looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Clifford. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the end. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Hey, watch that. Check.
To throw on third down, Lawrence. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Ready? 18, Gator. Record. 49.
Now a give, right side. Benjamin. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hey, Alpha.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. Complete. Smith has it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They run the draw play. This is White. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo! 4 down, check, 4 down.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Get ready.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Look. Squeeze. 36. Hey, Charlie. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Bang. Ready.
Throwing on first down, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Ready.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check.
Look at me. Door. Hey, exit. 54, Mike, 54. X3, 218, chopper. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Now. Mike, 54. 52.
Throwing again, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Let's go.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the play fake, Lawrence. Flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hey, high 7. 55, Mike 55. Come on. Hey. 55. Right up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man, here's Foster. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Ready?
First down.
15 line. 15 line.
So don't say nothing. Alert flare. Slam.
Deep dribble.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Check the backer. Check 3. 22 jet bomber. Bravo. Ready.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
80 weapon. 5.
Running out of the gun with White. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
2nd down at the 5-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo.
50, Mike, 50. Check tight.
Snap.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure
blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaq Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down. It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go on 4th down. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to him. For the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try the left side. Swift, and he's dropped. 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And an alley to run. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the Bills' 42-yard line.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down.